Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Suareezy here, back at you with another Market Mondays. Today we'll be going over where we stand within the crypto market this week and why we should be paying attention to these particular zones. Alright, first up we got Bitcoin on the 24-hour time frame, and let's go over the last few weeks of price action that we've actually had to see exactly where we stand. So back in November we have a range from 18.5 to about 15.5, and we have numerous trends that we've been playing within for the last few months. So I'm going to grab this arrow here, and if you notice, it's 100% of the range that we've been playing within all the ranges. So this downward trend, this upward trend, and this sideways consolidation. Notice even when you break this upward trend right at the monthly level, you happen to get 100% move that we've been playing within the last week. And we were saying that last week we did want to see a retest of our monthly level, which we're actually getting right now as we speak. And this is a very, very key level we want to keep an eye on, because notice if I happen to extend the consolidation phase out, notice that we are still staying within the range. But if we happen to get a breakout on volume, abnormal volume, what are we looking for? This is something that we go over all the time. You're looking for 100% move to that upside if you can get true abnormal volume to come through. One major factor that we also are going to be looking for is multiple candlesticks, not just a single candlestick here. If we can get multiple candlesticks holding above our monthly zone, then ideally we can start to push for our 100% move. Again, one of the major factors behind that is going to be multiple candlesticks sitting above that monthly level, plus the addition of continuous abnormal volume coming through. If we cannot get the volume to come through here, ideally we can still stay within this range and start to reject this monthly level as we speak. So one of the main factors again is going to be multiple candlesticks above or below that zone, depending what your bias is. If you happen to get multiple candlesticks in your direction, so let's say you're long bias and you're looking to take this for the breakout, again, you want multiple candlesticks plus abnormal volume that is actually coming in, kind of like we ended up getting here in this zone. But notice what happened when sellers actually took control. And this is, again, one of the areas that we have to keep an eye on, because this is a monthly level where not only day traders are looking at this, not only swing traders are looking at this, but you have investor levels that are looking at this as well. So one of the main factors that we're going to be looking at and identifying is going to be the volume and the candlesticks. So if you are going for the short bias, make sure that you can see multiple candlesticks actually closing right beneath this monthly level, because again, you can get 100% move to retest the bottom of this range if we do not get the continuation push to the upside. And again, one of the major things that you're going to want to be looking at is the volume. If you start seeing abnormal volume starting to come in, ideally we can get the breakout zone that we are potentially looking for 100% move to that upside. So again, this is why we have to be paying attention to crypto as of right now, because we are at a very, very key level. So this is going to be the breakdown on Bitcoin. Alright, next up we have Ethereum. But before we jump into Ethereum, if you haven't liked, commented, or subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so. Also turn on those notification buttons to be informed whenever we have any new videos being dropped. So, on to Ethereum. So, we can actually see here with ETH, we had pretty much the same kind of setup. We had a range from about 13.5 to about 1050, and we're actually ranging, and here's the 100% range of each individual trend that we had within that bigger range. And here we have the same consolidation just like with Bitcoin, but notice where we're at on ETH as opposed to Bitcoin. Bitcoin was actually hitting its monthly level. ETH is actually holding above its monthly level as of right now, which is a very interesting factor. Here, if we are actually looking for the breakout, just like with Bitcoin when we extended our consolidation phase, if we are looking for a breakout, we're looking for 100% of that move, which is almost near our next monthly level, which that would be a very nice resistance zone to run up into if that is the case. But again, this is only one candlestick that is over our monthly level as we speak. Ideally, to get a true movement and a true hold of this level, you want multiple candlesticks holding above that zone. And since we're on a 24-hour time frame, this would ideally take more than a single day in order to complete and truly confirm. So it is good that we are actually breaking out of the range if you are a long bias trader. But what it does need to do is prove itself that it's actually going to hold this level of 1281. If it cannot hold this level of 1281, ideally we can see a fake out to that upside and actually get a 100% move back into the range that we've been playing within. So this is a very, very key level. Again, not only for Bitcoin or ETH, but just in crypto, because we are holding multiple monthly levels as we speak. And again, those levels are not only looked at by day traders, swing traders, they're also looked at by investors as well. So this is something that we definitely have to keep an eye on, because this is where volatility will be made. Once we get a breakout of either direction, whether that's to the upside or back down to the downside, then that is going to be a volatile movement that we ideally should have a plan for. So again, if we are looking for the breakout to the upside, we're looking for a 100% move of the actual range, with ideally seeing multiple volume bars actually come through and hold the monthly level here. Notice here we actually got multiple candlesticks holding that monthly level, plus the addition of volume kicking through, and you can see what happened here. Ideally, you do kind of need the same setup if that's what you're looking for to get to the upside movement. So again, one thing you guys really have to focus on is going to be multiple candlesticks holding above that zone, plus the addition of the abnormal volume that is either being displayed or is not there at all. So again, if you do happen to not break out of this actual monthly level, let's say we actually get one candlestick that holds above it, and we actually get a red candlestick that takes out this whole green candlestick. Again, ideally we can see a 100% move back to the downside if we start seeing sellers taking control like we did here. So again, very key levels that we're sitting at with crypto. And again, make sure to watch the volume. It's going to be very key at these levels. The more abnormal volume that you have, ideally the bigger the push can be. If you have a lack of volume and you're looking for an upside movement, it's going to be a lot harder to get that upside movement to where you're trying to go. So definitely make sure to draw your trend lines, watch out for these monthly levels, and again, draw these consolidation ranges, because whenever we get a breakout of that range, whether it's again to the upside or the downside, we're looking for a 100% move. Again, make sure you guys have a plan, be prepared. Make sure you guys are checking the volume in the candlesticks, and that is going to be it for me this week. I will catch y'all on next week's Market Mondays.